I'm Kale, and I'm going to be giving you 5 strategies for teaching your first day in a new class. Now, my first tip is to introduce yourself. Students are likely to base the whole class on their first impression of you, so you want to make it count. Relate to your students. Start with your name and share some personal information to do this. Now, the purpose of an introduction is to seem approachable, so sharing some personal information, great way to do this. Invest a few minutes into your introduction, but don't let it take up the whole class. Remember, TQS number 1 is fostering effective student-teacher relationships. And relating to your students is a great way to start that relationship. After your introduction, my second tip is to consider an icebreaker. Icebreakers have many different shapes, and they come in all different forms, from games to questionnaires. But overall, an icebreaker is just an activity that's going to get some student participation and involve the students. The goal of this is to ease some anxieties, all right? You want to create a good mood in the classroom. A good mood in the classroom is also known as a classroom climate, and this is identified as a very important thing to have in a classroom. It's going to give the students more confidence. It's going to give them more focus in your class. It's going to ease some anxieties. It just comes with a lot of benefits. I've linked below some examples of some icebreakers if you're interested. Now, by now, your students are loosening up. Fun in the classroom is okay and encouraged, actually, but students have to realize that the classroom is a place for working, and you have to enforce this. A great way to do this is to establish your rules and expectations nice and early before you start getting to a pattern of goofing around in the class. You should hand out like a course outline or course itinerary. It's going to inform the students and prepare them for class and just let them know what to expect. Now, you probably think the first day is a little too early to start some classwork, and that's why my fourth tip is to start slow. A quick lesson or review that's going to guarantee high student success and good marks is a great way to get the ball rolling and build some confidence in your students. A home run on the first day is going to boost their confidence and probably their performance for the rest of the year. But if you give them a strikeout on their first assignment, the rest of their game is just going to be thrown off. Now, my final tip is to be an involved teacher and have a professional attitude. You want to make a promise to work with students. You should care about your teaching if you expect your students to care about their learning. A student can really tell the difference between a teacher that cares and one that's just there for a paycheck. So you got to make a difference. You got to show them that you care. A good attitude and ethic is important to do this. A teacher's attitude actually greatly affects a student's attitude in the classroom. So you got to embody a professional and caring attitude about your teaching. Now, in summary, my 5 tips are to introduce yourself, consider an icebreaker, establish rules and expectations, start slow, and have a professional attitude. Thank you for listening.